What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and it seems like after weeks of Sony and Naughty Dog getting slammed from every side of the internet over the way they have handled The Last of Us Part 2 leaks in regards to copyright strikes, whether they're copyright striking YouTubers for showing things like still images, whether it's for just talking about the leaks, or whether it's for memes. They have gone above and beyond what would normally be the expectation. Not just copyright takedowns or copyright claims, but actual strikes for so many of these things. On YouTube specifically, but they also did takedowns on Reddit and on Twitter. But it seems like they're ready to come to the table now. I don't know exactly why it's happening now. I don't know if they realize the bad press they were getting is just not worth it. But a couple things happened over the past several hours. Now, as from Heel vs. Babyface and Just Some Guy, I've talked about them before. Both of their videos that had copyright claims on them were taken off yesterday, and they are now public, out of the blue. It didn't have to be done this quickly, but it was. Why did that happen? Was because they are bigger channels that were communicating with YouTube? I'm not exactly sure. But I do know that myself and many other smaller creators also got an email in the middle of the night last night from the third-party Muso TNT Limited, and I want to show that to you guys right here. Hello, Ryan Kinel, RK Outpost, and this does come from Muso Legal. On behalf of Sony Interactive Entertainment LLC, SIE, again, if there's still some people out there that say it's just Muso doing it, that Sony's not involved, Sony's involved, obviously. Muso is contacting you about the videos you posted on YouTube that includes unreleased content from the upcoming game, The Last of Us Part 2. Now, they also stated the name of my videos. I'll say them just because I like the titles. The Last of Us Part 2 goes woke, outrages fans. HBO series to get same treatment. And Anita Sarkeesian influenced The Last of Us Part 2 agenda. Video evidence. And I was very proud of both of those videos. They're both the ones that got copyright strikes, and the YouTube links follow. As you know, a DMCA notice was previously sent on behalf of Sony Interactive Entertainment to have the videos removed. It has been noted that you have responded with a counter notification requesting that YouTube repost the videos. And I made a video about that, and I told you guys exactly what I had said in my argument. And I've also said that I did show a couple still images from news articles that were talking about The Last of Us Part 2 leaks. And we got into how fair use is a very murky situation, especially when it comes to this unreleased material. However, and as we noted before, and you can see on the screen, just because a work is unpublished shall not itself bar a finding of fair use if such a finding is made upon consideration of the above factors. And it includes the 4 factors that you need to think about in determining whether something is fair use or not. And that's what I used in my counter notification. They respond right here. Your videos contain unreleased game content that has not been authorized by Sony Interactive Entertainment for distribution, including in particular the images that appear at 304 to 322, 324, 342 on the first video, and 112 to 205 on the second video. Now, both of those videos are a little over 10 minutes long. One contains about 30 seconds of me scrolling through a website, and one contains about a minute of me scrolling through different images on the website. And I did line it up. Those do fall right in line, specifically with Abby standing there with a golf club. And if you know anything about the leaks, you know what happens after that. That was included in my videos, like I've been pretty straightforward about. That is the only reason the DMCA notice was sent. I think that is a very interesting thing, because all the images that they are talking about that they claimed me on are also in other videos. They're in videos that have over 300,000 views. Last time I checked, 350,000 views on a video about The Last of Us Part 2 leaks, going over the same article I went over and showing the exact same images. But they were not as critical of The Last of Us Part 2. They were not as critical of Naughty Dog and their agenda. That remains up. And I made that very abundantly clear in my counter notification that I sent, that I felt like they were targeting people that were going hard on the game. They make it clear to me that's the only reason we sent it is because of the pictures. We know that's not true, because there's way bigger channels than me that have those pictures out there. To resolve the situation, Sony Interactive Entertainment proposes that if you agree to not repost the videos to YouTube, or alternatively agree to repost the videos without the unreleased content, then Sony Interactive Entertainment will request that YouTube remove the strike against your YouTube channel. So, they then say, please confirm by email whether you agree to one of these options. Thank you. And I sent a response, and I'll talk about that response in a second. But that is what they sent out to not only myself, but also other creators, such as Mara Jade, such as Gaming with Geeks. The video that I did on Gaming with Geeks got a similar email all around the same time last night, as well as Mannix. Now, I think Mannix's is kind of crazy. So he got that same email with the same things, these timestamps. And one of the things with the timestamps, this is how it should have been done the entire time. This is how you're supposed to do a copyright, whether it's a claim, whether it actually does go upgraded to a strike. Usually they're not supposed to strike you right away like that unless they feel like it's malicious or repetitive of some sort. However, this is how it's supposed to be done. But that is not how they went about it. They just claimed the entire videos manually. And you had some people, like Mr. H Reviews and Lethal Lightnings, that got taken down because they didn't fill it out right. Now, I think that they didn't fill mine, or people like Murdo, or people like Mara Jade's out the right way first either. What I think happened is that Musso went out there on Sony's directions and said, stop this. Stop all of these people talking bad about us. And they went out and they struck everything that had to do with The Last of Us Part 2 where they were talking about it aggressively. And now they are going through, and whether it's YouTube or them, they're realizing, wow, we had no reason to actually strike this. They released the strikes. Now they go to these ones where a couple still images here and there, memes, something like that. And they are going back and doing what they should have done in the first place and tell you exactly where they feel their copyright is being infringed. Because they know that this is not a good look for them, and I think that's the reason they released ads from Heel vs. Babyface and just some guys. So what I found so interesting about his was this tweet. Musso just sent me a timestamp where I supposedly had unreleased game footage. I showed none, only trailers. I opened Sony Vegas to check, and it's an effing tweet from D-Day Cobra. What the F? This is a targeted attack, and he shows you right here. And what I have an F Naughty Dog meme over, because I don't want to show it because I think this may be what it is. It is Jeremy's tweet from when his video got taken down. Very tiny in the background. There is a meme, other media that was used basically in the tweet and everything like that, or on Jeremy's, basically in Jeremy's profile. This is a meme of Abby. That's all it is a meme. It's something that's transformed, and it's also super small. I'm not going to take any risk, obviously, because I still do have those 2 strikes. If that's what it was for, that's insanity that you're getting a copyright strike on your channel for showing someone's Twitter profile that happens to have this, and I can't even tell any detail about it hardly. That's insane. So I think that is what that may have been. For myself, I did respond to Musso. I want those videos up there. I definitely don't want them taken down, but I also don't want to have to repost them and lose, the 8,000 views that's on one of them and the 2,000 views that's on another. I don't think that's quite right. So I offered something in response. I want to repost them with the what they say is their copyright footage is edited out. So I want to blur it. I want to use the YouTube editing feature to blur out those pictures that they have marked out at those timestamps. Pictures of Abby sitting there with the golf club. Now, I want to be able to blur it out because I don't want to have to re-upload a new video. I want to use the existing video, use the editing function before I make it public again so you can still hear my voice talking about it. Hear my voice describing exactly what's going on. And so those videos can basically be exactly the way they were when I put them up, with the exception of a couple seconds of blurred images while I'm describing said image. I think that that is a good compromise to get those strikes off my channel, even though those pictures are up on plenty of other channels, including some ones that you just released copyright claims on. So I feel like I'm being reasonable with that request. So we'll see if they respond to me or not. At the end of the day, for those people that did have strikes on their channel, if you got a similar thing such as me, I would definitely recommend going ahead and doing exactly what I do. Say yes, I will repost it edited like that. That's how copyright is supposed to work. That's how this process is supposed to work. They're supposed to do a takedown and a claim and say, hey, these are the copyrighted things. If you edit this out, the video can go back up. And we can have a disagreement about whether or not that's true. But to just go ahead and copyright strike channels immediately in order to silence people and then deal with the fallout 2 weeks later is not how it's supposed to be done. So I'm awaiting whether to hear back from them, whether they kind of accept what my proposal is or not. Only time will tell, I suppose. It's a Saturday right now. I don't know if they're going to get back to me or not. We'll see. But hopefully the strikes will be gone. I will no longer be one strike away from oblivion on this channel. We'll see how it goes. Either way, I think it's really clear that, especially with them releasing the claims on As and Just Some Guys videos, and then all these emotes going out at the same time, when they could have dragged this out for a little longer, they didn't have to respond quite yet. It's clear that Sony realizes what has been going on has looked bad for them, has looked bad for The Last of Us Part 2. So they are taking steps that they should have taken a long time ago. They're very late doing this, but nonetheless, they are doing it now. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments section below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.